He doesn't have a degree, woodwork, what. I fix that. I fix that. And then you come with this, I fix that. Where I'm wrong, I accept and I fix. They say you're overweight, I fix that. So I have no problem. Because they tried this and that and this and that. Because the people who are saying to his financing his lifestyle, ask them the question, do you love Nelson Mandela? The answer is going to be yes. And ask them, what is it that Malema is doing which Nelson has not done? Nelson stayed in Sandton from prison. I don't stay in Sandton from prison. Mandela stayed in Sandton from prison. His spokesperson is here. Mandela's spokesperson, Carl Niehaus. Where he got the money to buy the house in Sandton, nobody speaks about that. Nobody speaks about that. I owned the first property in a place called Stark Park. When I was a secretary of the Youth League, provincial secretary. When I came in, I bought a piece of land for 200,000 or so through the bank, financed by the bank because I was working now. And first year, I never wasted time. I knew I've got no appointment with poverty. This I'm going to confront head on and fight. How old was I in the Youth League? I think 26. Also Youth League. No, that's the president. In 26, secretary. No. The Youth League president I became when I was 26. 26. 4 years before that. No, 5 years I had served as the Youth League secretary, which is, I was 21, 22 when I became the secretary of the ANC Youth League. Never took my money to alcohol. Took it to my grandmother and looked after my child and looked after myself. With the little I was getting. That's why I explained to you, every little cent must have a meaning. From that time, I knew poverty and I said, I'm not going to live like this. Whatever little I get, I'll make use of it. I owned that property while renting somewhere. After 2-3 years, that property was worth 650,000. Sold it. Stark Park was becoming some flashy, big place in Polokwane. It still is. Sold it. Paid the bank 650. Paid the 200 of the bank. Remained with 450. Took 400 to go and deposit my house, which was 1 million rent, in Flora Park. And I ate 50,000. Nicely, I enjoyed. I peke swanti ke kwa mata ke. Ke bereki. From there, I worked, serviced that bond. Then bought a house in Sandton when I became the president of the Youth League. Then I was financed by ABSA. The first one was financed by Nedbank. At least not yet. The second one, I don't remember who financed me. And then this one of Sandton, I'm sure, I was financed by ABSA. All kinds of ANC leaders you could think of gathered in that house. It was just an ordinary house of 3 bedroom, 1 in-suite and the rest 3 bedroom, and then there's a common bathroom. Any leader of the ANC you can think of was always there. And they were like, hey man, you know when we sleep here, the problem is that we meet each other in the morning to the bathrooms. We need to renovate this house. They all brought money together. Remember, I'm too young, I'm 26. They brought the money together. themselves. And then demolished my house and started building a house there. It was built, that house, by ANC leaders, not me. Not me. That bond I'm telling you about, I'm still paying it now. So I can account for everything of mine. It's just that some things are over-exaggerated. I mean, there used to be a story here when we were renovating that house. Dr. Ndlozi, for sure you were still in, where were you during that time? They were saying in that house there is a bunker. And gullible people of South Africa believed that. Believed that. That this guy is building a huge house with a bunker. And this bunker goes this way, is going to come out from the airport. I'm like. Then SARS came. And SARS said, hey, my guy, what is this renovation you are doing? I'm like, huh? It's not me. It's these guys, but they are doing it for you. Whatever happens, it's you who's going to benefit from this. You owe us. I went to the same people. There was no problem. They added those things of penalty and what those who have declared donations. I went to them. I said, you remember that money you brought there to build that house? It's causing me trouble. Here's the tax bill. You must pay. You have to pay. So, these old people around me have always taken care of me. Because I was in the youth league, I was in COSAS, I grew up in the eyes of these guys. So, there's nothing. That's why I speak the way I speak. That's why I do whatever I do, because I'm not scared anyone can come with some skeleton and say, yeah, we finish you off. They tried that when I was a baby. They won't do it now. Now SARS send a letter. I will not miss it by a second. Because I know SARS is a weapon that can be used to destroy you by your political opponents. And because it raises legitimate issues, but it gets used wrongly. You're owing them. SARS will never come saying you don't owe them. If you don't owe them, you owe them. They will come. But why should SARS be so aggressive instead of making you to be compliant? This. No. SARS has got a law. You pay now and argue later. Where will you pay? Where will you get the money? They use that then to destroy you. Because it's pay now, argue later. They destroy you. There will never be an argument later because that is court. That is court. Then they auctioned my house because these guys couldn't raise the money and all of that. Auctioned it live on television. I'm the only person whose houses were auctioned live on television. Trying to humiliate me. Now, after they did that, a person goes and buys that house in public, right? They say, no, he's sent by me. I don't know the guy. And now I start investigating. Why do they say I sent this guy? This guy comes from Seychelles. What a coincidence. They're like, I've never met the guy, he even passed on. I've never met him, but no, he was sent by me to go and buy the house. And people believed that this guy can go with 3 million and give this guy to go and buy that house. And people of South Africa are like, no, man. What do you mean? So, they tried with all of those things of lifestyle audit. Mashaba says who must do lifestyle audit. SARS conduct lifestyle audit on everyone. They don't even care about whether you agree or not. They just send you a questionnaire and say, yeah, answer all of this. And if you don't make sense, they come for you. So we don't need Mashaba's lifestyle audit. We've got institutional mechanisms already to do that. My brother, the property in Sandton, I'm even shocked you're saying it's owned by Afrikaners, because I thought it was the Jewish people who make the property available in public. You go and make a bid, and then you sign offer to purchase. Once they discover it's you, black men, they cancel and withdraw that thing from advertisement. And then it will circulate like they withdraw it a bit, and then they come back again until there is a right person to buy it. Now you say you've got 10 million, you sign the offer to purchase, they start investigating, they're like, okay, he can get 10 million this one. Remember, these are the people who own banks. They've got access to all our finances. They say, no, you can get 10. No, this is a real owner. But they know you can't afford 60, but no, 60. So what I said about Soweto, they use money to keep racism in property, because they know black people cannot afford. That's why I'm saying, let's take this land. And because this is the idling land, you want to use it. And man, he says, no, you can't until you give me 60 million. We have to take that land, so you come to us and say, this thing makes sense. We say, no, go and build there. There's no problem. This person has got a purpose to use this land for, when you have been idling with this land forever. So the land expropriation is inspired by those things that you guys want to farm, want to be property developers. The land is more expensive than the property itself that stand on that land. I mean, to get a land in Sandton is very difficult, and it's done deliberately through money to keep black people out of Sandton. I don't know. You said the farm is that Mpumalanga? Yeah, I think it's Mpumalanga. So we may want to ask Colin to make a follow-up on this one of pigs, because I'm also in farming. So what they do, in Limpopo, they used to give us the Nguni females, and then maybe 10, and then give you one male, and leave you for a particular period, I think 5 years. After that, they ask for their females back.